Hey, everybody. I want to talk to you today for a few minutes. I'm going to stay brief for a few minutes about when life brings us situations that can label as problems, roadblocks, challenges, how we can really look at how are these for me versus how are these happening to me. Okay. And I know that that is a way of thinking out in the new age world and whatnot, but I really want to make this a practical thing for you all, because there are so many times where things will come into our experience and they look like a problem, but they're really here as like a learning opportunity. So for example, I'm currently working with a client who's up for renewal. We've worked together for a long time. It's been amazing. And I'm offering new packages now. And so when we were talking about the new packages that I'm moving towards, she really got into a little bit of overwhelm and wondering and believing that she wasn't going to be able to have what she wanted, which was to continue working together. And she was really challenged with, like, it really felt real to her. I can't have what I want. And it was activating this part of her, an old pattern that had come forward. And so what I've been so inspired by is that as she and I have been working with that, really none of this is about the money, but really it's like, this is about ways that she hits limits inside of herself around what she thinks is possible for her, and goes right into, like most of us do, was going right into shutting down and believing that like she couldn't have what she wanted. And sometimes that'll look as like these realistic, logical reasonings, like I don't have enough money, or I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, or I don't know, I have to talk to my husband and he's going to say no, or he's going to get upset. And how do I handle that? And, a million other things. And so for her, that's what she's facing. And so what was so great is as we started working with it, as I do within my sessions, and as I approach it from the lens of spiritual psychology and how is this happening for me versus how is it happening to me, as she started to look at what was really occurring, was she was having an opportunity to continue to attune. What does her higher self say about this? Is this something that's really not in alignment for her and her family right now? Because that could be if she was listening in, that could have been the message. But when we slowed her down and we were really listening in, and she was going through um, why she wanted to continue and what felt aligned for her in terms of the work, she started to see, oh, what I'm really afraid of is standing for what I want. What I'm really being challenged by or getting the opportunity to do is learn how to hold with someone else's discomfort, or learning how to articulate something that's important to her. And so this often happens again, like we all hit things in our life that feel challenging. Like when I left my job um, at the last school that I worked with, I remember being like, I knew I needed to leave, but at the same time, I had so much fear around how was I going to do this financially on my own? How was I going to manage, yeah, like having my own business and all of those things. And again, what looked like total fear, what had me shutting down, was really an opportunity. I learned so much in that first year of business around my beliefs that I had around you know, was I capable? Did I have what it takes? Was God going to support me? Was I going to be safe financially? And I had to, what that whole opportunity really was like CrossFit for my faith. Like I was having panic attacks and everything. And so what often looks like a problem in front of us, or a challenge, is really an opportunity to work through what the heck like what the heck am I believing right now about myself, about what's possible, about, what muscles am I here to strengthen? What qualities am I here to develop? And really about lining up versus buying into just our fear, which comes from the ego mind, learning to listen to our inner guidance, listen to our higher truth, and then moving from that place versus letting fear and limitation and lack and all the other things run our lives. So, and this can come up in so many ways, whether it's about, I had another client that was really about like she felt like she should not be dating someone anymore. And, she's like, on paper, he's great. He's all these amazing things. And, but I'm like feeling like I should end it with him. And as we were talking about it, she was like, and so she kept focusing on like, "Ah, I hate breaking up with people, or it's so hard. He's such a nice guy." And when we looked at it, we were like, wow, what was really going on was this was an opportunity for her to really trust her own inner knowing, and to take action on that behalf. Because when she stopped, again, we had her stop and check in, and it was like her higher self was like, yeah, we're done. This is not a good, we're not a good match. It's not that, it's not that I don't deserve a nice guy or a kind guy or a nice, whatever guy. She was like, she just realized they were not a fit, and that she could really learn to like cultivate trust and let him go in kindness, and um, just be more in alignment with what she actually wants in life. So, anyhow, this is just a reminder to you that these opportunities that come forward, decisions we need to make, or choices that are coming forward, is an opportunity for us to not only stop and listen to our inner guidance, but then move from that place and cultivate the skills, the internal skills that we need inside, so that we can, yes, that's what internal skills are. The learning to work with ourselves and the fears and the doubts and the things that come up, rather than just steamroll them or let them rule our life. So anyhow, if any of this was helpful, I am glad if it was helpful. And if you want to know more, if you want to be more thinking in this way of being in the soul-centered context through the lens of spiritual psychology, it's how I work with my clients. Reach out, just shoot me an email, and we can set up a time to talk. Take care.